Hi, it's Peggy Arvidsson here to talk to you today about Heartlines at Work on this episode of Palmistry TV. In the first two episodes, I talked about the strong and silent heartline, and I talked about the philosopher heartline, and today we're going to talk about the nurturer heartline. You may hear this referred to as the big heart or Donna. I think those are the other names that you might hear related to this. What you call it is less important to me than that you can recognize it and you can understand how this plays out. Heartlines often are thought of as the key to romance in the hands, but they're also indicative of how we communicate and how we wish other people would communicate with us, make things clearer, right? So many times at work, big problems or what seem like insurmountable problems and challenges have to do with our communication styles. And I have noticed over the years of my own career and as I've been doing this hand analysis, that our heartlines give us a great indicator of how we are in the workplace. I've mentioned before that you may have two different heartlines, one on each of your hands, might be different, but your dominant hand is quite likely to be the way you are in the world or in the workplace. So if you are dominant hand right, that's the hand we're talking about. Left, that's the hand we're talking about. Not rocket science. Palmistry is not rocket science. It is a learnable, teachable science though. So today we're talking about the nurturer. Here you go. I'm going to hold that up here for a few seconds. As always, the heartline starts underneath the pinky and it makes its way across the palm of the hand towards the thumb side of the palm. Always starts under the pinky. Whether it's high or low, not part of this discussion. Now the nurturer, as you can see, starts here or here, and it makes its way over underneath the first finger, at the top of the four quadrants that I've drawn here for you to see. It could land anywhere in this quadrant, really, beyond that mount of Jupiter, your first finger, to let us know that we have someone here who is a nurturer. Now, as you might imagine, the term nurturer, I use this term because it's so indicative of the core strengths of the person who has this heartline. The nurturer wants you to feel good. The nurturer wants to know what it will take to make you happy, to make you clear and focused and appreciated. The nurturer as a boss often is challenged because she wants you to like her, because she really likes you. So sometimes you find a person at work with a nurturer heartline. This is sometimes who can be overly emotional. You can wonder, why are they working so hard to get me to like them? It's not a personal thing, we're at work. But for a nurturer, work is an extension of who they are and how they feel. Feeling is very important for them if they're a nurturer. They like to show you how they feel. They like to know how you feel. They're going to ask you questions related to this topic. It may play more of a part in work than you feel comfortable with, particularly if you don't have this heartline. The other challenge for a nurturer heartline might be that they could have a tendency to lose track of time because they're so involved in the one-to-one conversation. If this is your employee or your assistant or your colleague, you may have to work hard to kind of rein them in. Let them know that you understand that feelings are important, but they are not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to get the job done. Now, if you're a business owner and you have this heartline, you may take, particularly in the early days of your business, whether you have a product or a service, you may really feel compelled to not just contact potential clients. You want your perfect clients. It's great people out there to teach you how to do that. But you might take it personally if there's not a connection. You may work twice as hard to connect with somebody who really isn't a perfect fit for you. So this is something for you to be aware of, right? The good news is you really are aware of feelings of your own and of other people's. But sometimes you might actually pick up other people's feelings, or you may read emotional stories into what's actually happening. There may not be facts to back up the assumptions you're making about somebody's feelings. So if you're trying to sell to somebody, let's flip it around. If you have a client or a customer who has this heartline, they are the person who's going to appreciate you asking about their kids and their spouse, or how their vacation was. They like to create the one-to-one personal relationship, even more so than the other hand types. I mean, we're all human, we're all social animals, so a little bit of socializing seems to work well. Although the other heartlines don't necessarily crave that closeness and connection the way somebody with a nurturer heartline would. So just be aware of the nurturer, their need to feel and to express their feelings and to have their feelings heard. And try not to get too frustrated with them. Find kind and gentle ways to bring them back into the conversation. And if you are a business owner, or you're building your business, or looking to increase your marketplace, see how you can create some boundaries that work for you, maybe around the hours that you're willing to work. It may be that you actually need to create or work with a marketing coach to help you come up with some, I don't like the term scripts, but to come up with some ways, some boundaries, so that you don't feel that you need to keep desperately trying to connect with people who are not a perfect fit for you. It's okay to build up a little bit of that tough boundary. That's all right. Other heartlines we talk about often, they might need to let their boundaries down a little bit. But nonetheless, nurturers, great people, super fun to hang out with. They'll have your back no matter what. Just help them keep their boundaries in line. Thanks again for watching this episode. I'd love it if you would leave some comments down here. That's the comment section below. This is a regular show that I'll be doing. And if you want to know when the next episode is up and posted, please go to my website, peggyarvidsson.com. That's P-E-G-G-I-E, arvidsson.com. And sign up for the newsletter. You can do it in the right-hand column of any page on my website. I really look forward to sharing more of the wisdom of the hands with you as the episodes go by, and I really look forward to asking you, what do you want to know, particularly as it relates to work. You'd be amazed at how many of the challenges you may be facing right now in your career can be addressed using the information in your particular hands. So thanks again for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon.